Hey guys, the Hide here again. Got probably one of the most requested rifle series or rifles that I've probably had so far since I've been doing the channel. But that's going to be the Mossberg MVP series. And unfortunately, due to the lack of funds from YouTube now, I kind of am a little bit strapped as far as what models I can get a hold of as far as money goes. But for the sake of trying to get one of these rifles into the project here, I went with the Thunder Ranch in 5.56. These can be had pretty reasonable, and I figured this would be a basis for the MVP series, just to kind of get an idea of the actions, the features, and so on and so forth. But I've got a few loads here. We're going to accuracy test just like we do with all our bolt guns, see what we got at 110 yards. I'll get some close-ups of the rifle, kind of go over some of the features with you guys and let you see it up close. And then we'll go down and take a look at the target when we're done. But overall, out of the box, I'm fairly impressed with it. I haven't shot it a lot. I've only shot it enough just to get the scope sighted in. So far, so good. The one main thing I really don't like is probably the action. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a savage action. As you guys know, I shoot a lot of. Between those and the Howas are probably my most favorite actions, and it is definitely not one of those. Is it completely horrible? No, it's not, but it is gritty. That could possibly go away after time shooting it, so I definitely wouldn't completely condemn it yet just out of the box, but it is rough. The bolt comes fluted. The flutes aren't that deep, so I doubt very seriously it's saving much weight, but the stock overall is not terrible. It's decent. The checkering on the comb here is not bad. The butt pad is really nice. In 5.56 there's not a lot of recoil, but I could see in the higher calibers where this would be very, very nice. The overall length of this particular model is around 37.5 inches, would make this a great brush gun, truck gun, hunting rifle, varmint rig, anything like that. The overall weight, even with this little scope, is running right at about 7.5 pounds. So that's not terrible. That's definitely something you could tote around. And one plus this rifle does have is it comes with iron sights out of the box, as well as a Picatinny rail. So you can either run it how she is out of the box with irons, if you're looking for a quick maneuverable hunting rifle, or throw a scope on it like this. And I will say probably the biggest benefit, as most of you guys know that have been requesting this rifle, or this series of rifles, is the magazines that it uses. It uses all AR-15 pattern mags. And why other manufacturers don't do this is completely beyond me. The ease of availability, the different models that you can get, the different sizes. I mean, do you really need a 30-round, mag in your bolt gun? Probably not, even though it does look cool. But, and they work. So far, I've had reliable feeding through various magazines. I will say one thing as far as whenever you do insert a mag, and I can get you some close-ups of this too when we get done shooting, but it's not the most stable. But again, for the price point of the rifle, and I mean, you're going to get what you're going to get. And one other neat thing is this rifle also does come, as you can tell, with the fluted barrel that is threaded 1/2x28. So this would be an awesome suppressor host. But I've got a few different loads here, just normal stuff that you can find in any store. Some Federal V-Shock, some Hornady Match, just some regular American Eagle, and some of the new Sig Sauer stuff, which I'm gonna try and maybe do some reviews on this ammo, because I've heard good things about it, but I haven't shot much of it. But let's go ahead and try some of the 55 grain Nosler ballistic tip. And like I said, this is a Federal load. This would be a great varmint load. I like Nosler projectiles myself. But we'll try 3 of these and see what we can do with it. Put our ears on and see what happens here. But overall, so far, I do like the rifle. One thing I will touch on, as far as cycling the bolt, you have to make sure that the bolt is cycled in this one. I mean, this is a sample size of 1. So I don't know if the other ones are like this or not, but this is just my personal data point. Whenever you're cycling the gun, if you do not make sure that the bolt is perfectly in line, you get some binding Like I said, I don't know if that'll go away over time, but I guess we'll see. But again, 110 yards. We'll see what we can do here. The trigger is not bad. It is a little heavier than I prefer, but I would say that this is probably marketed more towards hunting and applications like that, so you wouldn't want a super light trigger anyway. Alright, and as you can see, it fed perfectly through the Mossberg 10-round mag. This is included with the rifle, so you do get a mag to start off with if you don't already have AR-15s. So that's a definite good thing. But we're going to try 3 of this Hornady 68 grain boat tail hollow point match. This stuff usually shoots really well in a lot of different platforms. Let's try 3 of these. I think one got away from us on that one there. But just for, just kind of baseline performance, we'll just use some of this 55 grain stuff. Not too special at all. Now this rifle does use a 1 in 9 twist, and this is chambered in 5.56. So theoretically it should stabilize the lighter stuff a little bit better. But as most of you guys know, that isn't always the case. But let's try 3 of these just for curiosity here. Okay, and probably the load that I'm most curious about is this Sig Sauer stuff. Now this is using a 77 grain boat tail hollow point, match load, they call it. I would assume that this is probably a Sierra projectile, but it does not say that on the box. But we'll see what it can do here at 110. We'll try 3 of these real quick. All right. One more here. All right. Okay, let's take a quick close-up view here of the rifle itself. Go over some of the features and let you guys see some of the workings of it. But like I said, it does use a bladed style trigger, like pretty much all rifles now that have copied off the Aggie trigger. The magazine, like I said, great thing, using AR-15 mags. One of the downsides is the release. Now, I don't know, I kind of got an idea why they did this, but the magazine release is actually up in here. My camera will focus, but it's just a little bitty blade up in here that you push and it drops the mag free. Now, would I personally like a little bit more sticking out? Yes, because it would make it easier to shoot. But if I had to guess, they probably didn't do that for hunting reasons, because you wouldn't want anything extra to possibly grab onto the magazine while you're out in the field and drop your mag out. But this is an 18-inch, and it does have some small fluting in it. Again, this is threaded, and it does have the iron sights. I'm just using a cheap Simmons 4-12 power scope, which is actually not that bad, surprisingly. But safety, bolt release on this side. Overall, I mean, it's not a bad rig. It's really not. I do like it. But I guess the proof is in the pudding. I have not accuracy tested this rifle, so this will be the first results from that, and we'll see what we got. I'm hopefully optimistic. I know a lot of guys like these rifles, but the closest thing that I've done probably to this has probably been that Ruger American Ranch in 5.56, and I have to say I was extremely impressed with the accuracy on that. If you could get a 10-round mag for that, that thing would be awesome. Let's see how maybe the Mossberg compares to that, because that would probably be a like an option as far as the Patrol and maybe the Thunder Ranch goes, and the 5.56 versions. But it shoots very, very well. It's very controllable. Obviously, in the 5.56, there's not a lot of recoil, but be a good starter rifle too for a young boy or girl getting into it. But, let's see here. All right. So this is that 55 grain stuff, that Nosler. That's an inch. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but it's not bad. And I think this right here would have put it into about an inch as well, but I pulled that. That was me. That was not the rifle. But this is just that black box American Eagle. That's not bad just for some 55 grain ball. I mean, that's pretty good. And then this is that 77 grain Sig Sauer. I think that one right there was me, but overall, I mean, for what it is, I mean, accuracy is definitely acceptable. I wouldn't say that it's terrible. I wouldn't say that it's, astronomically great either. But, I did kind of expect the lighter grain stuff to perform a little bit better, so that's right in about what I would imagine. But like I said, great target rifle, great little hunting rifle. I think it would serve probably quite a few different roles, possibly. If this is something you got questions on, you guys know that you can post them up or shoot me an email. I'm always glad to help. And as always, shoot straight, fellas. Later. Hey guys, I had to run back up and shoot another group of that 77 grain Sig Sauer just to see if I could do anything else with it. And look at that. That is a lot better. So that ammo is definitely capable, as well as that Mossberg. Looks like that Mossberg is possibly capable of sub-MO accuracy, so definitely a consideration as far as a small, lightweight brush gun. Give it a look, fellas. Later.